A Kalamazoo charity complies after being told in no uncertain terms, cease and desist. The LeVar Burton Library project is no more after the actor got wind of his name and likeness being used to raise money for a project he has no part in. The library's Twitter account is now deactivated, along with fundraisers and a page on the Broncos Kitchen Foundation's website.
And News Channel 3 also confirmed today the Michigan Attorney General's office has opened an investigation into the matter. Our Chris Yu joins us live in studio after speaking one-on-one with LeVar Burton's attorney. Chris.
Yeah, and in Erica, LeVar Burton's attorney David Pierce says he is pleased by how quickly Broncos Kitchen Foundation withdrew the moniker. Pierce says Burton has spent a lifetime cultivating his valuable name, image, and likeness, most famously as the host of Reading Rainbow on PBS and as Geordi LaForge on Star Trek: The Next Generation. The man behind the LeVar Burton Library says he tried multiple times to secure Burton's blessing, but Pierce doesn't buy it. Actor LeVar Burton calls a Kalamazoo nonprofit out on Twitter, and the next day, the charity apologizes.
Simply getting no response is to be taken as, oh, great, I'll go forward, and I'll go on LeVar's website and download photos that belong to him and make this a part of it. I mean, is he really that naive?
Broncos Kitchen Foundation, which works to provide free dinners to food insecure students in Kalamazoo, says it wanted to build a LeVar Burton library in Texas Township. The foundation says that library would feature a LeVar Burton history hall and a, quote, Star Trek experience. The nonprofit had been actively soliciting donations for the project. Yesterday, Burton tweeted he is not affiliated with the effort, calling it a scam. Tonight, I talked with his attorney, David Pierce.
Mr. Burton was concerned about not having the public further misled or confused with his name tied to a fundraising effort that we know nothing about.
Reverend William Stein, president and CEO of Broncos Kitchen Foundation, tells me his nonprofit contacted Burton to get his blessing through the actor's website and Twitter page, as well as through his agents. But Pierce says otherwise.
No one was ever aware of this gentleman or an effort to have a library named after LeVar or fundraising permission using his name. If he was communicating with someone, I have yet to find out who that person he was communicating with. We did not learn of this person's existence until yesterday.
Pierce then sent this cease and desist letter to Stein, demanding he remove all references to Burton from the library project. Today, Stein announced he has done just that. In a news release, Stein says, quote, "We offer our sincere apologies to Mr. LeVar Burton for moving our project forward without a signed contract acknowledging his formal consent. This was a grievous error that has now been rectified." Pierce says in the cease and desist letter that Burton prefers to avoid a civil lawsuit. Stein says he takes full responsibility for putting Burton's name on the project. State Representative Julie Rogers is an honorary board member of the Broncos Kitchen Foundation. I have contacted her the past 2 days, but I have not heard back. Stein says the foundation will continue with the library project and will not assign a name until it gets written permission from whoever the library would be named after.
Watching West Michigan tonight, piles of bulk trash are growing larger in some Kalamazoo neighborhoods. Frustrated residents say they are still trying to get some answers as their concerns grow. We've told you about this now for over a week. The city of Kalamazoo says it now appears to have a solution.
News Channel 3's Mike Kravsik is live in part of Kalamazoo's Northside neighborhood to explain how residents have been dealing with this situation. Mike.
Yeah, Erica and Andy, here's one of those piles that actually looks like a small mountain of debris. There's even a couch that's been on the city street for close to 2 weeks awaiting a pickup. Meanwhile, the city just added a contractor to help out with cleanup of homeless encampments, and now that contractor will help clean up debris just like this. And it's gotten so bad, some residents here on Kalamazoo's north side are taking matters into their own hands.
it was in shambles.
As of today, city officials say bulk trash pickup is 9 days behind schedule in Jeffrey Fry's neighborhood.
We done seen way worse than this. It's the whole little north side that you see things in front of people's houses.
Furniture and other large items blanket sidewalks outside his mother's Elm Street home on Kalamazoo's north side.
It's a lot of things that was here, like tables and chairs.
Fry says neighbors are trying to keep things clean, even paying to have their trash hauled away.
Some of that stuff we paid to get dumped in the dump, and some of that stuff is in bags. And some of these are in the back houses and over there.
Republic Services, the city's bulk garbage collector, says it expects to get back on schedule by the end of the week. The company says pickup delays in the North Side, Douglas, and Stewart neighborhoods were caused by staffing shortages.
Sometimes it's been like a day late, but that's understandable. But for it to be out here for a week.
Kalamazoo City Commissioners last night approving a nearly $500,000 contract with the landscaping company to help with the trash cleanup. Officials say crews with Santiago Services, LLC, will start the work tomorrow morning.
We're just waiting. That's all we can do. We really need them to resolve this.
Now, late today, within the past few hours, we did see a number of Republic Services trucks around this neighborhood making progress in cleaning up a lot of this bulk trash. Now, the city began taking bids on that contract we mentioned back in May. The head of Santiago Services tells me he's got about 35 crew members and 2 dump trailers to help out with all this garbage cleanup starting tomorrow morning.
Taking a look over downtown Battle Creek tonight, where a nonprofit's decade-long vision to naturalize the Kalamazoo River may finally be happening. The newly approved state budget appropriates $13 million to Battle Creek Unlimited to bring a stretch of river in downtown Battle Creek back to a natural state.
Tonight, News Channel 3's Allie Jenner-John is joining us live in Battle Creek to explain what Battle Creek city leaders say this project could include. Allie.
Yeah, imagine a nice kayak ride down this stretch of river, maybe stopping in downtown Battle Creek for a bite to eat. Hard to envision right now. Some residents calling what you see here an eyesore, but city groups and leaders say that type of recreation and habitat is what they have in mind as they work towards naturalizing this portion of the Kalamazoo River. Restoration efforts in downtown Battle Creek over the last several years have given the city a much-needed facelift. Assistant City Manager Ted Deering says recent funding from the state means another big one is in the works.
We matched with some federal dollars to get the Army Corps to come in and do a study of the existing conditions to let us know would it be feasible to naturalize the river.
Deering says the community has been on board to naturalize downtown Battle Creek's portion of the Kalamazoo River for years.
Not only would obviously support wildlife habitat, but we would envision a lot of passive recreational use as well as, you're right, an opportunity to actually get on the river and use the river.
He says the allotted $13 million will help expand the use of the river and its surrounding infrastructure. Right now, the river helps maintain flood control, something Deering says won't change.
It's been in the work for a decade or more, but we just really gotten to the point where we could actually make something happen in the last couple of years.
He says Battle Creek may not see tangible changes until sometime after the start of 2023. Deering says he anticipates community members continuing to have a say in what this process will look like, particularly for spaces around the river looking to be redeveloped. He says the Army Corps of Engineers is working to determine what the footprint of the river needs to look like to maintain flood control. He's expecting that to be done sometime in September.